Hey, Renovation Church family, thank you for joining us tonight for our July 26th regathering information. I am excited to be here tonight with you on this beautiful, hot July Monday, and I hope it's been a great start to your week. And man, yesterday was such a special day as we gathered back at Topsail High School. Can you imagine this? For the very first time in 4 months. And it was a great moment for us as a church to take some steps towards our regathering, both in person and online. In just a few moments, I want to share with you some of the details of how we can continue to come together in great community, how we can continue to unleash compassion during this time. Because God is at work, never not at work in the hearts and lives of people every day, everywhere. And we're believing that on this journey for us as a church. And so thank you for joining me tonight. Some of you are able to watch live, and I'm so grateful that you have taken time out on your Monday evening. Others will be watching this maybe through an email or at a different time. And so no matter when you are hearing this, just know this, my wife and I, we are missing you terribly. We can't wait to see you in the days ahead, and our prayers continue to be with you as we journey through this together as a church body, as a church family, and we really believe that. I am so thankful for the church family that God has brought around us during this time, and I hope you have felt and sensed that community and that belonging through this season of going through COVID-19 and continuing to go through it. Hey, as we talk about some details, a couple weeks ago we sat down together through our first Facebook Live and talked about those next steps towards our regathering. We postponed it, and then we feel just in God's timing and a lot of things that we've considered and prayed through, that this Sunday being back at Topsail High School and this coming July 26th is just, we believe, God's timing for us as a church to begin taking those steps of faith. So as I talk about these details, know this. We have done it with a tremendous amount of prayer as a staff coming together as a group of volunteers, as a church body. We have prayed through this, when God would give us the wisdom, when He would give us the clarity and discernment for when we as a church, based on our mission and vision, based on the reality of us being portable, working with Pender County Schools, and all the unique dynamics that goes with us as a church in this beautiful place called Hampstead Topsail Community, when's the best time? So we've prayed through it, and we continue to pray through it. Second, as we've been praying through it, we've been really patient on this journey. And I believe patience is really important for us as a church, just making sure the timing is right and that we not are impatient, but we're prepared in every way possible that we can not only start the process of regathering, but continue it. The last thing we want to do is start and shut down. Now, that's always a possibility in this unique season, but I believe we have prayed through this, we have been patient, we have prepared. And in this process, man, we are pumped and excited about coming back together here in the days ahead. And so as we just begin this conversation for the next few moments, know that we've been praying through this. We've been preparing for this moment. We've been patient towards it. But we are ready, and we are pumped. We are excited to take some next steps towards our regathering. As we talk about some next steps, I just want to share with you what that looks like. We're in a series called New Norm, New You. We as a church are understanding what it means to experience a new norm in consideration of our current reality as a global neighbor, as a neighbor here in our community, what it looks like for us as a church to regather back at Topsail High School. So we have been working through some of these details and just want to share with you what that looks like in the complexity of our current days. As we prepare for the regathering, here are some things that I want you to know that we've been working through. Question would be, when's the best time to go forward? Should we or shouldn't we? There's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of feelings around that. When we should go back, should we now or should we later? I understand, I feel the weight of that. Questions come at me. Should we wear face masks? Should we not wear face masks? I get videos, I get your texts, reasons why we should or we shouldn't. I feel the weight of that. No, I feel the weight of this decision of taking steps towards a regathering. But I do move forward in the confidence that we as a church can move forward together with great unity, with great clarity, with great compassion and concern to do the things that God's called us to do, with the mission and vision of reaching every man, woman, and child through the repeated opportunities so they see, they hear, to ultimately respond to the hope of Jesus. That is our heartbeat as a church, and that is how we move forward in this and on this journey. So we are using extreme amounts of caution in moving forward in this process. And as we look at the regathering, know this, that as we take some step towards it, it's going to have some new norms. It's going to look a little different. We're going to have some precautions in place to ensure that as you feel free to come back. We know not everyone's ready, but based on some surveys we've had, there are several of you, many of you ready to come back. Based on conversations we've had with other church leaders, how they have learned through the process. Some, it has been very successful. Others, they've started and they've had to shut down. And others, they have decided to kind of wait and postpone the regathering. We've been working through that, but for us as a church, we recognize there are some things we'll put in place to ensure the safety and the well-being, that we can do the things that we feel God's calling us to do in the midst of the joy of gathering together, both in person and on community. So let me talk to you about some of those details and what it looks like for us as a church. Number one, as much as possible, as you come on our campus, you will experience, and your family will experience, a touch-free environment. And so doors will be open for you. We have removed pens and all the things that may cause some concern, and we remove those from you. So as much as possible, we've created for you and your families, for our neighbors, for our community, a touch-free environment to worship with Him. We've also created a social distancing environment. And as we've created a social distancing environment, primarily that's for our adults, because children under the age of 11, we understand the recommendations, the requirements for that, and we'll speak to that for our kids' environment. For our adult environment, it's a social distancing environment. So when you walk in, the seating arrangement looks a little different. They're more spaced out. And because of that, we have a reduced seating capacity. So this is very important. As some of you are ready to come back week one, some of you may wait 2 or 3 weeks, which is fine. It's okay. Others, you may wait a couple of months. And we're 100% okay with that, because here's the beauty. You can join us in person or online, but as you come back, whenever you decide, at least for these next 4 weeks, I'm needing you to reserve your seat. You're needing to reserve your seat because we want to ensure that we can maintain social distancing. And so even right after our time today, just look out for the next few weeks. If you're ready to come back this week, go online, renochurch.org, save your seat. If you're ready to come back, maybe in 3 weeks from now, go online, reserve your seat so we can be ready for you. And it can be a safe, powerful experience as we worship and come together. This past Sunday, it truly was that. It was remarkable. I mean, for me to be able to speak with people in the crowd and to worship together and to experience community together, though it felt different, it really was a powerful moment for us as a church. And I can't wait to share that with you this Sunday. And then also, the big one is, what about the face mask, John? What's your thoughts on it? Here's what I've been doing. My wife and I have been committed to being great neighbors, that everywhere we go, that if we can't social distance, we wear face masks. And when we go into stores, we're wearing face masks, not only for our own protection, but because we are considering others just as Christ would ask us to. And I just believe in the importance of that. I'm always going to err on the side of being more Christ-like, more compassionate, more considerate, ensuring the testimony that I want to have in this community God has called me to. And I know that is your heart as well as a church. So for us, when we come back together, I'm asking for these next few weeks to simply, on your arrival, you put on your mask, you walk in, and you're ready to participate, even though it's uncomfortable, it's annoying, it's not very attractive, but it is a powerful testimony of you saying, man, I am considering others even greater than my own personal concerns or interests there. So I want you to just embrace that, and we can journey together through that. And then in the right timing, we'll begin looking at when we can lift some of these social distance restrictions and the mask in the days ahead. So as we come into this weekend, know we're ready for you. You got to sign up, reserve your seats. Be prepared to engage. Be prepared to worship. And if you aren't ready, just know it is okay. We understand fully. I probably believe this, is that for the next several months, our greatest audience will be continue our online community. So we are going to continue to champion and engage with those that are online, and also ensure that we have a safe environment for those who are ready to come back for our in-person gathering. Either way, it is going to be a great next step for us as a church as we continue to reach the people God has called us to reach. My wife and I, as I mentioned, we are so looking forward to gathering together. This past weekend, in fact, Sunday, after our worship time, Tita and I had an opportunity to share a meal with Stuart Hall and Kelly and their family, and it was a wonderful time catching up. They send their love to you. They were looking forward to being with us in the days ahead in September. But they were just, once again, just reiterated the importance of us caring for people through this time, because COVID-19 has impacted the lives of people, and we want to be very cautious in moving forward towards that. As we speak specifically about kids' environments, I know that's a big one for you parents out there. And as we look at these environments, what we have done, we have put in some precautions as well. We have cleaned everything extensively as we have prepared for our regathering. We have removed a lot of items that are non-essentials, that don't need to be in the environments, a lot of toys and things such as that. We will, and all of our environments, clean thoroughly before and after every environment that takes place between our 9:15 and 11:15. So we have teams of people that have willing to take on that great opportunity, responsibility to ensure the safety by cleaning those environments so they'll be well cared for. And also, we will be taking temperatures of children as they arrive, a touchless way of forehead temperature, and just to be able to ensure that those children that are coming in, they do not have a fever or a temperature, so it's safe for everyone. And if you know your child has a temperature, just please refrain from coming in that particular week. So we're having some precautions in place for those ages. Once again, limited capacity. So you got to make sure you sign up not only yourself as adults, but you got to sign up your children so we can ensure we have environments ready for them, and also that our leaders are ready to welcome and receive you. And then our leaders will be there in place to help assist you in the check-in process. So here's a few things that I just want to encourage you with as we take this big step towards July the 26th, our regathering, both at Topsail High School in person and our continued online community, 9:15 and 11:15. Come ready to worship, come ready to engage, whether you're in person or at home. It is going to be a great Sunday as we celebrate that. And then also, in that preparation, just be reminded that through this, as a body of Christ, as Ephesians talks to us, is that we are united in Christ Jesus, and we're here to serve each other. We're here to be a testimony within our community. We're going to shine a great big spotlight of God's goodness and His grace and His mercy everywhere we go, and we're believing we can do this together. So I'm going to just take a moment to kind of reach out to Andrea West, who's been my host, to see if any questions came in through this Facebook Live, and there has been a couple of them. Will there be beverages? That's a great question. Here's what I want you to know. For the next few weeks, we will not be offering coffee as you come in. Once again, we're trying to eliminate these for these first 4 weeks, everything we can. So it's a touch-free environment. We will assess and we'll look at it in the days ahead. You're welcome to bring your own coffee mugs, and you're welcome to bring coffee, refreshments to that. But we will not be providing coffee for these first few weeks. And hopefully you understand why. So make sure you get your wake-up juice before you show up, Renovation Church family. Is there any other questions that's come in? No, that was it. That was the easy one. You guys are making it easy on me. Hey, once again, just as the pastor of Renovation Church, it truly has been an honor to journey with you. Thank you for your commitment as a church to continue to be a part of community, understanding the importance of prioritizing our time together, not neglecting the assembly of believers. Even though it can be difficult, it can be distracting, you have prioritized it. You have led your families well, and I believe that you will reap the benefits, the harvest as a result of that. And then also as a church, not only prioritizing our time together collectively, but you have been so faithful in your giving and your generosity has truly allowed us to do things beyond our imagination. It has allowed us to continue reaching people, has allowed us to have things in place to advance our online community. So thank you for being a church that's so committed to community and unleashing compassion. And I'm looking forward to experiencing this Sunday as we regather for the first time back at Topsail High School as a collective group there. So, okay, we got one more question that's come in. What do I do if the service is full? Great question. If the service is full on your arrival, well, listen, the last thing we want to do is turn anyone away. If the service is full and we can't accommodate you as a result of social distancing, we're going to have to ask that you go back. The wonderful thing is that you're able to join us online. We are going to do everything we can to create maybe extra overflow seating capacity, but we do have limitations. In those limitations, that's why it's imperative that you sign up and just work together over these next few weeks as we begin the process of regathering in this area. We can handle about 50% of our seating capacity, and that's all we want to handle right now. So we understand the largest part of you will be joining us online in our online community, and then as you feel comfortable, for those that are ready to come back, get your seats, reserve those seats so we can worship together and bring the enthusiasm, bring the excitement, bring your smiles. But just remember, no high fives, no hugs, but we can all do it through a great big smile and through great community. So I just know I love you, I appreciate you, and thank you for being a part of this evening together through our Facebook Live update.